Hello and welcome to Trojan Talk. I'm your host, Aaron Taylor. With me today is Madeline Hill and Jacob Brooks, members of the cast of Eurydice taking place here. I want to thank you both for joining me here today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And we're talking about Eurydice. It's a play being put on here by Troy Theater. But before we get into any more details, tell us a little about just Eurydice in general for folks who don't know what this is about, or maybe unfamiliar, or didn't really study the classics all that much. Tell us a little about Eurydice and what it's about.
So this is a modern retelling of a classical Greek myth, and the classical Greek myth is told from Orpheus's point of view, and it's obviously classical. But this, because it's modern, it's set in the 50s, so it has contemporary language, and it's fun and energetic, and it's about young love, and it's about Eurydice and how things happen, something happens, and she has to deal with it, and it's about how love overcomes even death, and curiosity and love comes first.
And you mentioned there, it is a classical play, but it's set in a modern era. And that's one of the things that, especially when you see some of the classical plays or Shakespeare or things like that, some people may get turned off by the classical language. But this is an opportunity that people will be able to maybe understand it a little bit better, right?
Right, because it's simply a story that's based off of the old Greek myth. It carries the same general plot and everything, but it has new twists on it.
New twists, and you talked about that it's told from Eurydice's point of view. So, so seeing a play now, I guess, kind of in a feminine side there, good opportunity for folks to see things in a different light, right?
Absolutely, absolutely, because the original is told from Orpheus's point of view. Sarah Rule took it in 2003 and then flipped it on its head. What if it is told from her point of view and how she deals in the underworld? What does she go through? What does she see? And so.
Sounds fun and interesting, Ed, but as I'm looking at the calendar, this is pretty early on in the semester to be putting on a production.
Absolutely.
So how quickly have you guys had to put this together?
We have been working very hard. We've only been at it for 3 weeks, and I feel like we've come a very long way. We have a small cast of only 7 people, and we're all working very hard.
Yes.
And how's that come together? I mean, obviously you mentioned a small cast, which helps, but that seems like a pretty tight schedule to be able to put together a full production.
Absolutely.
Well, Quentin, our director, Quentin Cockrell, is amazing, and he has attacked it with this, not really immediacy. We haven't rushed it. We've gone through it, and we blocked it, which means, you stand here when you say these, and And we went through that, and we just kept going and kept going, and it's just the excitement of the story. We had to keep going, and then suddenly we had the whole thing ready. Now we have to get the set and costumes.
And it's a small production. And have you been a part of any of the bigger productions here on campus?
Yes.
So how does that compare, being in one of these smaller productions compared to one of those bigger productions? So.
It is almost an entirely different experience in terms of the fact that because we have such a small cast, we do get more attention and more opportunity to work on ourselves than working for a big group, where it's hard to give everyone attention here. So we're a lot sharper than in most productions that we've done in the past.
For sure.
And talk about the venue. Where can folks see this? And how's the venue kind of play into this as well?
So this will be performed at the Trojan Center Theater, which is right over there. And you can get the tickets at the box office and online. The set is actually kind of abstract, and it's going to be lovely and watery. Water is a big theme of this play, and there may even be some actual water on stage at some point, possibly. And yes.
But that gives an opportunity to Trojan Center and small cast, small venue, a lot of water, as you mentioned there, but still an exciting opportunity for folks to see this work and your interpretation of this work.
Absolutely.
And now, were any of you familiar with this story before you took on these roles?
Some.
So did you learn it in school? Did you see it before or anything like that?
Well, not necessarily in school, but just a general interest with the classics and doing some research of my own.
And so did that inspire you to want to take on this role? Is it you're interested in the classics?
Absolutely.
Yes, really? Now, for anybody who's interested in going, we mentioned the Trojan Center Theater, how can they get tickets?
So you can either directly visit the box office in the theater. It's open Monday through Friday, 1 to 5.
Okay.
And you can also go online at troytheater.org.
Okay. And we're seeing the website there, so folks can go check that out and
Yes.
see it there. So,
And you can click the box office there, and it'll take you directly to tickets. You even pick your own seat where you're sitting.
all right, you can pick your seat. That sounds a good idea. Now, once again, when somebody wants to see it, when is it going to be?
It will be Thursday, September the 26th at 7 p.m.
Yep.
And then again on Friday, September the 27th at 7 p.m. And then Sunday, September the 29th at 2:30 p.m. and then again at 7 p.m.
All right, so 2 opportunities to see it on that Sunday. And
Yep.
you can get all those tickets at troytheater.org.
Yes.
Well, it sounds like a fun and interesting evening of seeing the classics in a kind of a modern era. I want to thank you
Absolutely.
both for joining me here today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And thank you for joining us on today's edition of Trojan Talk.